got the rating right up now, still out at full length, so he's coming right up on the Hauraki Scullo. The Hauraki Scullo is pushing the rating up as well. It's going to come right down to the wire. Brilliant 1,000-metre racing here. And it looks to be, that's a hard one to pick. I think it was the Scullo on the outside and for third place. And be a really good race coming down here. Mount Albert Grammar School at the moment, long and strong, controlling this race with the girls on the outside from Diocesan, charging up on them. Their ratings just starting to come up into the last 250 metres now. It's going to be a good little battle down to the line. Not a lot between all the crews. Really good racing from these girls. The Diocesan crew on the outside, really smooth, long rhythm there. They're just pulsing the boat along nicely. You've got to add all the boats that you can. And across the line, it looks like Diocesan by half a length over Mount Albert Grammar School back to St. Kitts. Westlake boys on a really strong long rhythm there, moving up hard on Mount Albert Grammar School, but Mount Albert Grammar School will whip the rating up slightly. Looks like they're going to control this race to the end. Good smooth rhythm from both those under 18 crews, first and second there. Mount Albert Grammar School. Good little battle going on here. Mount Albert Grammar School on the inside and Auckland Grammar School in the middle. Both crews by no means Division 2 crews. Awesome rowing going on here. Quick off the front, the Mount Albert Grammar School crew. It's allowing them to just hold control over the Auckland Grammar crew, but that Auckland Grammar crew moving the boat really fluidly at the moment. There's absolutely no communication. They could whip their rating up a couple of points. I think they'd take it over Mags on the inside. And we're out to the other Mags crew. Back to Auckland Grammar on the far side. Good mature racing from both those crews. Long, strong rowing strokes for first year rowers. And the Epsom girls second crew. Battling it out for third place at the moment, and it looks like Mount Albert Grammar School's pulled right up on Diocesan here. Dio's going to have to be careful. Just having a few missed strokes there, and Mount Albert Grammar School's moved right out and into a lead, it looks like. So it's going to be a race right down to the line, and I wouldn't count Westlake girls out of this one either. They've got a slick rhythm going on there. They're going to be able to whip the rating right up. And it's going to come right down to the wire. And at this stage, Mount Albert Grammar School with the slightly longer rowing strokes. Westlake girls with the better rhythm on the outside. They can get the rating right up. They might be able to put a few extra strokes in and get the barrel out in front. But Mount Albert Grammar stacking it in now. Half a length to Mount Albert Grammar at the moment, with Westlake coming up strong. But Mags are going to cross the line. Good half a length lead there. Back to Westlake girls and Dio. Beep on the line. Good racing there. Right onto the back. The other towners from Tauranga are controlling this race on the inside lane.
The choices you make.
Moving really well.
How you going, Joe? Nice to see you.
So the umpires have got control. Everyone's back in their lanes now, and they'll be able to get back onto their rhythms. And again, they're on a good rhythm here, moving away from the Epsom girls crew. So he saw through the middle of the race there, managed St. Peter's coming through, St. Peter's over Sacred Heart, and back to Auckland Grammar. Good work.
It was better with the foot steering.
The coxswain of Auckland Grammar. Up to Mount Albert Grammar, long and strong.
Come on, mate.
The crews are lining up, coming into the last 200 metres. It's going to be a flat-out sprint. Westlake boys putting a lot of pressure on Auckland Grammar now. Mount Albert Grammar hanging on to them, so they're bringing the pressure onto Auckland Grammar as well. Brilliant 1,000-metre racing here, folks. Westlake boys just moving through Grammar now. Mount Albert Grammar holding on to Westlake, but it looks like Westlake and the under-18 4 are going to take this one out. Slippery finishes, they're able to get the rating right up. They're quick off the front. You see the backsplash coming in quick. And Mount Albert Grammar just moving through Auckland Grammar now. A really tight one. I think Grammar's going to hold out Mags, and they have. They've got a canvas over Mags on the finish line. Brilliant work, Auckland Grammar, and well done there to the crew from Westlake taking that one out. Good rhythm, long, strong drive. Well done. That's the boys under 18 Cox scores. So you're going to have to bring that rating up. Epsom's starting to move. Coxswain's screaming. You can see the coxswains looking across. Rowers keeping their heads in the boat. Epsom really pulsing that boat along now. They've whipped the rating right up and they're moving the hand. Crews are lining up the last 250 metres. We've got Auckland Grammar, Mount Albert Grammar, St Kennigan's, Westlake boys in the middle, and St Peter's all still in the contention. 200 metres to go. It's going to be who can produce the goods in the wind. And it looks to be Westlake boys at the moment. On a slick rhythm, they're getting on the front really nicely, able to pump the rating up. St Peter's going with them though.
Yeah.
Mount Albert Grammar coming through strong.
Yeah.
Hanging on to Westlake's fight.
Come on.
Westlake, St Peter's and Mount Albert Grammar pushing up on the rest of the field. St Kent's going with them. Grammar just falling off the pace slightly as Westlake comes to the line. It's them and St Peter's, but I think Westlake's got it. They got the rating right up now. And Westlake have got it by a canvas over St Peter's, back to Mount Albert Grammar. Awesome racing. It's brilliant. Under 17 top scores. Auckland Grammar, St Peter's, St Kent's and St Peter's on the far side.
This is us here.
And right now it looks to be Mount Albert. Looks like the St Peter's crew on the far side whipping up the rating, and the Mount Albert Grammar number 2 crew racing them down. But right now St Peter's bringing up the rating on the far side, putting the Mount Albert Grammar School crew in lane 1 under some significant pressure. You can see a few messy strokes going in there, but I think Mags is going to hold out the St Peter's crew on the far side. Both those crews training on the same water down at the Foul Estuary at West End Rowing Club. And in the middle there you can see the Mount Albert Grammar School number 2 crew. And then we go out to Auckland Grammar on the far side. But right now it's between Mount Albert Grammar School and St Peter's all the way down to the line. But Mount Albert Grammar School controlling this one, finishing about a length ahead of St Peter's on the far side. Back to Mount Albert Grammar School number 2 in lane 4.
Yeah.
That's one of the most encouraging ones today, I think.
Three Rutherford, outside them Mount Albert Grammar School, St Peter's, King's College, and outside them King's College.
They're not
I'm
quite
sure
as
they
high
have.
as
I'm sure they have.
Westlake has got
This,
the rating lineup.
I think the lineup is actually a little bit deceptive. It's not as clear as it looks, and I think Grammar are a lot closer than you think. But I think Westlake's got the rating, Jed. Westlake's got the high rating. They're actually racing this smartly. They know the crew they have to catch to win this, so they're doing it about 2 or 3 points higher. But this is a fine performance from Westlake, and I haven't seen them for about a month and a half, so liking what I'm seeing at the moment. Now, what have Grammar got to come back with? Come on, Grammar, you've got to respond if you want to have a go at them. But Westlake's holding on. The Coxon doing a superb job for Westlake boys. And what a great share for Westlake boys. It's going to come down to the last probably 20 metres. Here comes Auckland Grammar flying, and Westlake holding on. Westlake's going to win this at the moment, and in fact I think they're going to do it by about 3/4 of a length. Westlake's going to win the Head of Harbour. Well done, guys, congratulations, and Auckland Grammar comes second. And look at that, absolutely delighted with that. Well done, guys. And that's something to go home with and be very, very proud of. That was a fine race.
That was